They said Gray paved the way, chased the rain, released the pain, least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper raps, tight as sets, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, journey.
Whoa, wait, I'm about to say he's looking like a rocket out here doing the ha. Oh no, we going all out Broadway today. Rob K, Mr. Broadway doing his dizzle, Muffins Martinez, myself, Chef. Listen, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. We're over 700. We're on our way to 1,000. We want to hit 800. So if you see this, help the homies out real quick. Throw the sub in there, man. It is what it is. Now, I wanted to say it away without sounding like a cornball, but I'm going to sound like a cornball because I'm going to sound like a cornball on this whole day.
My gimmick.
My apologies. My apologies. I shouldn't have used the word corn in this.
Set muffins off.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This actually, Rob K, a.k.a. the Walking Trigger, that's his nickname up in here. What?
That's infringement.
Well, okay. So I get it. So a fan of the show sends me a screenshot of Natalya's bio, right? And this is one of those fans that follow every wrestler. When they delete something on their bios, they're like, yo, I gotta tell Chef. So according to this guy, Natalya got rid of all WWE mention. And I'm like, whoa, this is pretty serious because, I mean, she could have already been re-signed and she is not. She's been linked to wanting a match with Gail Kim, who is retired, but she really wants that under her resume. I know she also has a thing where she wants to battle Jordana Grace. So there are a few knockouts that Natalya wants her hand in. And I'm like, okay, I think this would be freaking awesome. Bound for Glory, I think, is coming up, right?
Slammiversary.
Slammiversary, which is always better than Bound for Glory. Let me add that. So Slammiversary is coming up. Her contract's over. She could be wherever she want to be. And right now with the working partnership, I think it could work out where WWE doesn't feel a certain way if she signs somewhere because this is an open, working relationship at the moment. Now I got to ask the question because AEW is the second biggest company in the world. So do you think that if she signs elsewhere, do you think she does what she wants and gets her matches in Impact TNA? Or do you think she goes, well, maybe I'm going to the top of the card and maybe I want to get that platform to show what I could do on the next biggest platform there is and kind of stick it to WWE?
Well, it depends on what she's really wanting out of her career. If she's wanting to wrestle and strictly wrestle, like anywhere but AEW will suit her fine, because AEW still hasn't established itself great with the women's division. They're getting better. I will acknowledge it. But also AEW, if you're looking for cash money to apply your trade, AEW will have that. And honestly, there's a decent chance AEW could offer her a position as a trainer, whether it's kind of within themselves as an agent producer or at the Rhodes Wrestling Academy. So like that can sweeten the pot a little bit. But if she is looking for marquee matchups, obviously, she needs to stay away from AEW because there's not going to be a lot there that I think will fully satiate her hunger just because of how things are being handled over there. Yeah, they might ship her off to ROH and she might be able to be featured weekly over there. But again, it really just kind of depends on what she's wanting. But as you pointed out, she's looking to start things with Jordynne Grace and Gail Kim, which obviously lends conspiracy theories going to TNA, which, might I add, we didn't acknowledge the partnership there, which also means she can work with TNA while still under WWE contract. She might have low-keyed, re-signed with the company, and this is all part of an angle so she could she can just pop up at Slammiversary or the Impact Wrestling or whatever, and just be like, surprise, but still have the official stamp of approval from WWE to do so. And honestly, in terms of being featured as a performer and obviously marking off her checklist, TNA would be smart money to go to. And well, and that's assuming she hasn't resigned with the WWE. But if she hasn't, TNA would probably be the best place, because she could have a guaranteed to work forever, and she has those bucket list items. She's already put that out there, which I still think is a bit more foreshadowing than it is like anything else. I think like the old jaded person inside of me thinks that she's re-signed with WWE, but they're working the talent exchange angle, and so she can just show up without necessarily having a label of WWE on her, and she could be her own kind of invader if necessary.
And the cool thing about this, before Muffins, you talk, is I know you know your shit. The super dope thing that if she is signed to WWE and she does this crossover thing, this would be a massive win for Impact, TNA. My fault. It's hard for me to fucking call it TNA all the time. Because not only is Natalya a multi-different women's champion in WWE, right? Like, she's super talented. She looks amazing. Giving me a Gail Kim match with her, that's like pumping me with the IV, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, Gail Kim is in my top 2 all-time greatest female wrestlers. Natalya in ring is a phenomenal wrestler. Obviously, it goes into her bloodline. It is what it is. But Muffins, talk to me, man, because the possibilities of this is crazy.
Yeah, I don't see her going to AEW, so I could take that off my mind right now. I know with the partnership with WWE, NXT, and TNA, I know Slammiversary is going to be July 20th in Montreal.
Oh, shit.
Which is right Natalya's backyard out there in Montreal. It's in Canada. This one makes more sense that whatever happens now, they could start putting a little vignette teases of somebody coming to TNA, and then boom, it turns out to be Natalya. She'll be in Montreal for Slammiversary. Then you have like 1 or 2 tapings afterwards for the next 2 days there. You could pull her there for at least another month of her doing stuff there, either having a match or some more stuff happening in the back. Sign with WWE, shows up there. There's from July, August, you could push her to like the mid-August, almost end of August, with stuff for her in TNA, and then see what happens if they come back to WWE, NXT, out of future PLE or something else. But at least for now, it's my mind and my every intuitions is she'll be in TNA July 20th at Slammiversary, and a couple of weeks after that on the tapings, they go from there. Another thing, we all know her husband, TJ Smith, or was it TJ Smith or JT Smith?
I think it's TJ.
Yeah, TJ.
Smith. Well, what's his real name? This is
I believe that's his.
Yeah, I think that's his real name.
Tyson Kidd is his WWE name.
Yeah. So we all know what happened to him. Little unfortunate event with him and Samoa Joe with the muscle buster, and then messing up his vertebrae, and he's never been able to wrestle ever since. He's been a backstage hand, and he's been rising through the corpse of everything since the injury, and he has a comfy position there. She's 42 years old. I mean, she's not getting any younger. So to start fresh in AEW and stuff like that, I just don't see it. I think this is more of, let's do a storyline. We erase everything of WWE. We already signed you. Go do some stuff with TNA for a while. Stay in Canada out there for a while. It's like a vacation for her, basically. Rest.
Yeah.
Do this for us, and then in the middle of July, August, you come back and we'll continue the storyline between TNA and NXT. If we believe the crap sheets, we're gonna believe that there's more stuff going to happen in the future between TNA and NXT. This is a perfect way of continuing that in TNA now. Instead of being in NXT, it'll be in TNA now, where you have somebody like her pedigree up there. Now, the her and Gail Kim thing, that's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
Gail Kim has happily retired.
Repeatedly.
Never seen any type of indication that she ever wants to come out of retirement to wrestle, ever. Since
she's what is she in TNA right now? She's like part of creative, right?
Yeah, she's the part of the big group now, and she takes care of the house division now. That's her baby now. What better way to promote your product than you doing this with her? One match, right? Like, this makes Impact TNA look a whole lot bigger. I understand that, but when you retire and you put that in your mind, you're retired.
Didn't she just have a wrestling match with
yeah, I guess this is professional wrestling. Yeah. How many people retire and stay retired unless they're crippled?
Exactly, but how many people do you know that can just turn it on? No one. If she still wants to wrestle, she has to be inside the ring practicing at least once.
She might be.
We don't know that. Yeah, we don't know that.
But Gail Kim looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Still,
I mean, the Rock, in his big Cena run, he was training for months and barely appeared on TV. He had like one match before his WrestleMania match with Cena.
But if she's retired and she's taking the live after wrestling series, where she's now after Scott D'Amore left and everybody getting released, and then there's a new hierarchy in TNA, and then she's part of the hierarchy and she's high above, and now she's focused on one thing of being business. It's going to be hard for her to be juggling both of those things, where I'm going to take this serious, but I still want to wrestle. So I don't see her wrestling her anytime, period.
I think you're missing what I think we're both on. Is I don't think that we're saying that she's going to keep wrestling. Yeah. I think what's best for business is to have this one match where everyone goes, oh shit, Natalya, Gail Kim, I have to watch this.
Yeah, but then when would it happen? It won't happen after anniversary.
Bound for Glory, their biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Where?
Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Bound for Glory. If it happens, and I say if, because they were supposed to mentioning the location for Bound for Glory since last week, and they haven't done that yet. And fans are going on Twitter and everybody else, aren't you supposed to announce when this is coming? Or it's coming soon, and every day is like nothing's coming out. So it's a lot of question marks of when and where it's going to happen. So
it's going to happen where TKO tells them where it's going to happen.
Yeah, like I say, it's
going to be Glory, baby.
It's going to be in Vegas in the UFC Dome or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It can happen, and that will be a big step if it happens there, because that's a lot of fans they'll be able to get in there. But most likely it'll be her and Jordan Grace, and then anything else that happens for the tapings, and that'll be good enough. But I was saying about her husband Tyson Kidd, having a cushy job. That's the only reason why I don't see her leaving, because you also don't want to burn those bridges of, well, if I leave, what's going to happen to my husband now? Are they going to go like, well, your wife left, but we'll take care of you. But
Vince McMahon's no longer there.
Shit about you. So
this isn't the Vince McMahon days, bro.
Yeah, and Tyson has gotten very high marks on his work, so they're not just going to cut.
But a lot of things are coming out that even after Vince McMahon left, a lot of shows have been dropping and being canceled and nobody knowing. And some employees of those shows not being told, oh, you're being canceled. But The Rock shows up taking pictures over a big family, and a week later, people are getting let go and nobody knows why. That's the things that's coming out on social media now. So they're claiming to be big families going forward with TKO.
That is just employment in America in general, that we're all a family until we don't need you anymore. But again, my counter argument to that is that Tyson Kidd has gotten very high marks in his role.
There's people who are vindictive out there who will tell you to your face, oh, your wife left, dude, don't worry about it. you're not going to go anywhere. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, shit, we're doing just some cuts. We're gonna have to let you go. It happens all the time.
No, we're not disagreeing with that fact. We're just saying that it's a terrible idea to let Tyson go because he's probably one of the better agents they have. I mean, that doesn't stop them necessarily because they've let Arn go, they've let Finley go, they've let Dean Malenko go. Though the difference is Tyson's a lot younger than those guys too.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, anything can happen, but do you let your best agent go just because the wife left?
Hey, and my feeling is she's not going anywhere. So
yeah, I don't think so either. But
okay, now
what is wrestling? So shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I want to see her join Impact Wrestling and do her thing. Muffins, I'm going to ask you if you could please join the other show because we'll have technically 2 topics on one show. Because I just got an email from MLW. It's an MLW product, and I think it's actually kind of important. So just jump on. If you don't want to hear it, you just jump off. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, for myself, these 2 crazies, we're out of here. Deuces.